welcome to the Cardinal Sports Complex for CTN's live coverage of girls high school soccer. Today, a little non-conference action between the Cardinals from Coon Rapids and the Greyhounds making the trip south from Duluth East. Joe Young flying solo for tonight's contest, and it should be a good one. The Cardinals just one game under their belt. They got a 2-0 victory over White Bear Lake last week. The Greyhounds like to put some of the top dogs in the state on their schedule early in the season. They started with the number one ranked team from Woodbury. They lost that game 3-0, but turned around and beat a good Cretin-Durham Hall team 2-0 just the following day. And now they come in and they face the number 5 team in the state in Coon Rapids. Don't forget, Coon Rapids, the defending conference and section champion. Duluth East, a section rival, so a team that knows them very well and would like to get a good feeling for where the Cardinals are, where the really good teams in their section are early in the season. And for the Cardinals, of course, always a good idea to see those other tough teams in your section and see what they have, even if it's early in the season and you don't really have a good idea of what they will be bringing at the end of the season when they get into section tournament time. But the Cardinals, 4 times in the last 6 years, have been the section champion, have made it to the state tournament only to fall in the opening round. And, of course, this is the inaugural broadcast for the CTN crew for the fall sports season. We're very excited to bring you a lot of Coon Rapids action this season. Last year, 4 section champions in the fall for Coon Rapids, both girls and boys soccer teams, as well as both cross-country teams won section championships and made appearances at state. Both of those cross-country teams finished in the top 10 in the state tournament. The boys soccer team made it to the Metrodome before losing 2 in a row and finishing 4th in the state. Take a look at the starting lineups for today's game for the Greyhounds from Duluth East. Sonia Barr, their goalkeeper. In front of her are Tony Giuliani, Amanda Lloyd, Kelsey Cadle, Carly Wick, Andrea Hyduke, Kelly Coon, Callie Thomas, Alex Freeman, Rosie Nelson, and Alex Hyduke. For the Cardinals, Carol Pershako started her season with a 14-save shutout over White Bear Lake. In front of her, Shelby Zimmel, Jenna Murphy, Julia Erickson, Allie Hyde, Rachel Nelson, Heather Vandervorst, Shelby Funfor, Mallory Getchell, Sabrina Hertog, and Callie Kowalenko. A lot of familiar names for Cardinal fans as this program continues to just reload year after year with high-quality players and continues to get younger players into the varsity mix every season. And we will see 1 or 2 freshmen on the field for head coach Jeff DeJoy again this season, including his daughter Sammy DeJoy, who has proven herself quite worthy of getting on the varsity field early in this season. But a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors, only a handful of seniors on the Cardinal squad once again. So this Cardinal program continues to be strong and looks strong into the future. Duluth East starting with the ball first. We're trying to work it near side for Cadle. She's boxed in pretty quickly as coming up to get her is Heather Vandervorst. Vandervorst, one of the Cardinals' 2 captains, trying to move it up the sideline. Stopped up by Giuliani. She's pressured there by Sabrina Hertog. Ends up out of bounds to the Greyhounds. Throwing it in is Cadle. Bounced toward the middle of the field. Touched back toward the near side and scooping it up in front of the rushing forward is Brisheko, and she will punt it away. Bounces near midfield over the head of Zimmel. Zimmel takes a shot off of her chest, picked up there by Nelson. Nelson moves it near side, now getting it back from Hertog in the corner. Shot, not a lot on it, but right on goal for the other Cardinal captain, Rachel Nelson. And now it's Barr booting it away. And she'll clear midfield, bounces in front of Alex Freeman, ends up out of bounds off the Cardinals. Another throw-in for the Greyhounds from the far side. Stopping it up is Jenna Murphy. Goes off a couple of heads. Touched by Funfar. Funfar on the run in the middle of the field, trying to get it ahead to Nelson. The ball ran out of steam a little bit. Nice stop move there by Kelly Coon as she turns it up. Stopped up by Kowalenko for the Cardinals. Midfield play. Zimmel uses her body to shield off a defender. Long through ball too far in front of Nelson. And Barr will send it back forward for Carly Wick. Into the middle of the field, Nelson moves it ahead. That's broken up by Kowalenko. Batted around now. Back into the Cardinals zone. Quickly turned back out by Vandervorst. Play near midfield again, using the body to bump and get control was Getchell momentarily. Funfar trying to get around the corner, knocked off her foot out of bounds. But it will be a Duluth East throw-in. Duluth East pushing the ball into the Cardinal end. Coming out to scoop it up in front of danger is Brasheko. There's a look at head coach Kara Overland. First season as the head coach of the Greyhounds. This one out off the head of a Duluth East player. It'll be a throw-in for the Cardinals. Jenna Murphy will handle it. Funfar, long pass near side for Nelson. Nelson left-footed. Boot goes wide on the far side. It'll be a goal kick. Good job getting the ball to Nelson in space. Not marked at all, and you see that big side of the goal she was looking at, but unable to get the right angle. Barr with the goal kick out near midfield, stopped up by Julia Erickson for Coon Rapids. Freeman trying to move it across the center line and does momentarily. Haida able to put it back into the Duluth East half. Back to the near side for Giuliani. Giuliani, nice footwork, but can't get her way around Hertog. Hertog back up to Nelson on the near side. Nelson, long through ball into the middle way in front of any of the Cardinals and scooped up by Barr. Played near side by Murphy, able to settle the ball. Turns it back up for Funfar. Funfar trying to spin around a defender, lost control. And now some bumping into the Cardinals' end. This is Thomas running down the left side, trying to get the corner on Murphy. Now cuts back, looking into the middle of the field for Giuliani. Giuliani, a shot that's blocked away right away by Erickson. And now the Cardinals trying to use their speed to make something happen at the other end. Nelson got tripped up. Turning it around is Cadle. Near midfield is Hyduke. Getting it back ahead for Giuliani. Long pass near side, knocked away by Vandervorst, out of bounds to the Greyhounds. There's a chance in close, and that's a goal for Duluth East, as crashing in was Alex Freeman and able to poke it under Brasheko before she could get down on the ball. Just 5 minutes in, and you see Freeman able to use her body to shield off the defender, Ali Haida, and then just pokes it under Brasheko's. Brasheko came out to try to cover it up. So first shot on goal for Duluth East, and they score. In the fifth minute of the game to take the early lead. Vandervorst playing it up the near sideline and out. Lloyd Moves it across. One-touch pass for Nelson. Gets it back ahead for Hajduk, near side. Good passing for the Greyhounds. Trying to turn and get around was Alex Hajduk, and she was tripped up. That's going to be the first foul of the game. It goes against Coon Rapids. So a free kick from a good spot for Duluth East. Kelly Clune will handle it. Two-person wall in front of her. That's Sabrina Hertog and Rachel Nelson. Went off a defender's knee, turned away, and here come the Cardinals the other way. Long pass from Zimmel looking for Funfar, broken up by Lloyd. Funfar recovers. And now a high ball to the middle of the field. Coming out and booting it away is Barr. Off a couple of heads. Settled now by Zimmel. Spinning is Nelson. Looking back. Right-footed shot. Not a lot on it. It was going wide anyway. Scooped up by Barr easily. And Barr will boot it back near midfield. A little too high for Erickson to get ahead on it. Erickson now puts a foot on it and sends it the other way. Funfar crashing in. She's tripped up. No whistle from the referees as was coincidental contact. Hajduk trying to turn. Broken up by Vandervorst. Vandervorst gets it across for Getchell. Sending it into the corner. No Cardinals there. Thomas trying to get around Kowalenko. Cardinals bringing more bodies into the attacking third, trying to pressure Duluth East a little bit more. Kowalenko sent it back, and it was sent in by Getchell. Murphy had a foot on it. Still fighting for it. On the turf, kicks it free. Zimmel with it into the corner. Zimmel shoots and scores! A tough angle for Shelby Zimmel, but able to find the back of the net and even the game at a goal apiece. Just 7.5 minutes in. Expected her to look to cross it for Rachel Nelson, who was crossing at the back post, but instead she found herself with some room in deep and beats Barr to the near side. Evens the score in the 7th minute of the game. Here come the Cardinals attacking again. Nelson tripped up on the double team and drew the foul. She was still fighting for it, still gained control, and actually got it back to Zimmel. Free kick scooped up, and Barr will boot it away. Murphy throwing it in down the far sideline. Funfar crashing. Kowalenko now trying to pressure Henderson. Henderson gets it up near midfield for Alex Freeman. Freeman had it taken away by Murphy, who puts it back up for Zimmel. Zimmel looking for that corner again. Puts a shot on. Not a lot on it this time, and Barr able to scoop it up. Cardinals already 4 shots on goal, 6 attempted. Just 1 shot attempt by Duluth, and that was just a little tip kick that skipped under Brasheko. Long pass into the middle from Vandervorst, and Barr scoops it up in front of Funfar. So far this season, all of the Coon Rapids goals scored by Shelby's. Funfar scoring both of their goals in their season opener, and Zimmel getting the goal here tonight. Kowalenko sends it into the middle. Looking back corner was Zimmel, too far in front of Nelson. Ends up out the end line, and a goal kick coming up for the Greyhounds. Barr puts the boot to it. Hertog trying to settle it. Duluth East able to get it into the Cardinal half. Hyduke now playing it down the near sideline. Kicked out of bounds and out of danger by Julia Erickson. Recognized the numbers were in the opponent's favor, just cleared it away, let the defense reset. Throw in, trying to get it back behind the defense again to Freeman. And nearly got her. You can see she's a definite threat to use her body to shield off Cardinal defenders. Here's a throw in deep in the Cardinal end. Bounces free, scooped up by Nelson. Nelson trying to move it to Funfar. Header comes right back to her. It'll play out of bounds to Coon Rapids. Cardinals going to send in a handful of subs. Sammy DeJoy, Leah Anderson, Katie Wolter are three of the four. I'm not quite sure who the fourth was. Might have been Jenna Anderson, I believe, was the fourth sub for the Cardinals. Funfar and Nelson both getting a break. So the Cardinals forwards switching it up. Get some fresh legs out there. Another throw in from in front of the Duluth East bench. This one headed. Here's Anderson pressuring. Anderson trying to get to the ball, cleared away just in front of her by Callie Thomas. Long shot attempt by Leah Anderson just goes wide. And another goal kick for Sonia Barr. Didn't put as much on it this time. Cadle had it momentarily, turned around. That'll go one booted by Leah Anderson and out off of a Greyhound player. Throw in for the Cardinals in front of their own bench. It'll be Vandervorst. Looking to get it into DeJoy. Settled it. Got it right back to Getchell. Duluth East clearing it to the near side and out.
Throwing for the Greyhounds. Substitution.
Oh, they're going to call that a Greyhound throw in. I think that's
entering the match, number 19, Christy.
A mistake, but throw in was headed by Hyduke. Sent near midfield, stopped up by Vandervorst. Here's Getchell intercepting a pass and leading a Cardinal charge. Sends it across. Picked up by Wolter. She whiffed on it. Cleared by the Duluth East defender. Vandervorst charging, poking it away from Cadle. In the corner, Jenna Anderson trying to get it out front. And now booted back near midfield. Freeman able to get around behind Haida. Haida still battling. Able to knock it off her foot. Vandervorst there to support. Trying to play it up the near side for Leah Anderson, but ends up out of bounds to the Greyhounds. Freeman, high boot. Haida had it on the 50-50. Still anybody's ball on the near sideline. Here's Hyduke running for the corner, trying to get around Vandervorst. Broken up in the middle by Funfar, who sends it ahead. Stopped up by the head of Carly Wick. And a little too much arms by Mallory Getchell will get the Cardinals their second penalty of the afternoon. A free kick for Duluth East. This one from a ways out. Not a lot Coon can be expected to do with this. Just sends it into the middle. Stopped up by Getchell. Here's Wolter playing in near side for Anderson. Anderson down the near sideline. Cardinals coming 3-on-4. Here's Sammy DeJoy trying to get around the corner on Amanda Lloyd. Lloyd able to break it up, but DeJoy stays with it. Has the ball. Trying to cross out front. Wolter is shot and tipped up and over the goal by Barr. It'll be a Cardinal corner kick. Great play by Sammy DeJoy to fight through that defender and then get a nice pass to Katie Wolter right out front. And Barr did the only thing she could, and that is tip it up and over the goal because that was headed for the top side. First corner kick of the game for either team. Another look at it. Barr just able to get it and tip it up and over. Jenna Murphy will handle the corner kick from the far side. 7 Cardinals in the box looking to direct it home. An outswinger broken up by Freeman. Freeman trying to settle it. Cardinals collapsing. Haida able to poke it back into the corner. Walter turns and plays it out front, and 2 Cardinals there. Neither of them could get to it. Sammy DeJoy turning in a shot right on. Barr makes the save. And offsides is the call. Good play again by Sammy DeJoy to turn and release a quick shot. And Barr just able to get back to the near corner and into the spot to make the save. However, the offside probably would have kept that from counting anyhow. This one out off of the shin of Leah Anderson. Another throw in for the Greyhounds. Played in the near side by Jenna Anderson. Looking into the corner. DeJoy blocked it, and that one almost stayed in, but ends up out of bounds to Duluth East again.
Throw for Duluth East.
Sammy DeJoy, we talked about, a freshman on the roster earning her spot and has proven in this early going, along with Katie Walter, that even when they take out their top 2 forwards, the Cardinals are still dangerous and a threat to score. These quote-unquote backup forwards have created a couple of really good scoring opportunities for Coon Rapids. Near midfield, this one's out off of Haida, and it'll be Duluth East ball, I believe. Or not. It'll be a Coon Rapids throw-in. Zimmel got in and broke it up momentarily, but the numbers favoring the Greyhounds, and they were able to get it out and control it near midfield. Getchell giving chase, long pass, way too far, and it'll be out of bounds to Coon Rapids. Vandervorst to throw it in deep in the Cardinals' end. Just about midway through this first half of play, we're tied at a goal apiece. Played to the middle. DeJoy turns off the back of Walter. Walter didn't get the angle she wanted on the pass. And Duluth East able to turn it around momentarily. Getchell taps it to space for Murphy to run onto. Murphy gets it ahead, broken up by the Duluth East defender. This one out of bounds again to Coon Rapids. Funfar throws it in a little too high for DeJoy. Greyhounds controlling, played near side. No one there in a black jersey. Vandervorst will stop it up. Let it get a little too far away from her. It's going to end up out of bounds, though, to Coon Rapids. They'll have a throw in just in front of the Duluth East bench. Vandervorst quickly gets it in. Jenna Anderson had a head on it momentarily. Now turned around by Amanda Lloyd. This one's out of bounds off of Julia Erickson. Cardinals going to send in Funfar and Nelson checking back in. Walter coming out along with Jenna Anderson. DeJoy going to stay in there in one of those forward spots. Kelly Clune playing in near side, looking for Hajduk. Hajduk, well marked. Her pass broken up by Getchell. Getchell pressuring against Clune. Nelson slipped a little bit and didn't get what she wanted on that one. Turned around by Wick. Centering pass, stopped up by Jenna Murphy. Funfar had a foot on it, or Zimmel rather. Another pass broken up by Murphy. This one bounces. Freeman had it knocked away from her by Haida. Haida forces it to the far sideline, out of bounds to Duluth East. Greyhounds now creating some pressure.
Offside, so Duluth. Cardinal free kick.
Offside's called, and the Cardinals boot it back near midfield, but out of bounds and to Duluth East. Stepping up to take control is Coon. She plays it ahead, too far for Freeman. Haida will play it back out of bounds for Coon Rapids.
25, 28, 19. Now 19's yours.
Throw in. Haida got up, got a header on it. Ends up back out of bounds.
Who's got 19 up top?
Another throw in by the Greyhounds. Freeman able to keep it from going out the end line, but does end up out the sideline for Coon Rapids. Vandervoort stopping up the long pass. Gets it ahead to Getchell. Zimmel now. Moving it ahead. Cardinals almost. That pass nearly sprung him on a 3-on-2. Haida breaking things up. Now gets it ahead to Funfar. Funfar is bumped by Thomas. Still trying to gain that corner. Thomas able to gain control, turn it back around. Near midfield, stopped up momentarily by Erickson. Played ahead again, and Vandervorst will clear it to the far side and out of bounds. Haida again pressuring right off the throw-in. Takes it away from Hacking. Turns it upfield. Funfar can't get to it. Turned around. Here's Vandervorst stopping it up. And she's going to be called for a foul. Third foul against Coon Rapids. That one just looked like their feet got tangled up a little bit. Certainly no intent on the part of Heather Vandervorst. Boot by Clune into the middle. Freeman can't get a touch on it. Brashenko dives on top of it. And I'll call that a shot on goal. Only the second of the game for Duluth East. Back near midfield, stopped up by Clune. Murphy running it down far side, will play it out of bounds.
Substitution for the Cardinals, number 23,
Sabrina Hertog checking back in for Coon Rapids. It'll give Shelby Zimmel a chance to get a little breather. She's been out there for 23 and a half minutes. And scored the lone goal for Coon Rapids to this point. Here come the Greyhounds again, pressuring, broken up by Erickson. Back near midfield, DeJoy turning, trying to get it back ahead for Funfar. That's broken up and turned away by Callie Thomas. Ends up out the far side to Coon Rapids.
Substitution for the Cardinals, number 28, Katie Wolter, and for Duluth East, number 7.
Katie Wolter back in. Sammy DeJoy coming out of the game for Coon Rapids. Cardinals starting to get a few more subs rolling in and out late in this first half. Out off of the Greyhounds, it'll be Coon Rapids throw in again. And right back out it goes. Murphy throwing it in from near midfield.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, at halftime, we're going to be playing Cardinal Cash. And tonight,
As Walter forcing the issue on the far side, ends up out of bounds.
At Freedom Gas. All you got to do at halftime is throw in miniature soccer ball onto the field, and the closest one to the Cardinal Cash target wins the prize. So the soccer balls are only $1. So as they come around,
Haida turning things around again, sends it in. Nelson pressuring, but Barr scoops it up and keeps it out of danger. High, short punt to the near side. Bounces away from Hajduk, stopped up by Anderson. And that one went off a Duluth East hand.
Handball on the Cardinals. Free kick for Duluth East.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was. For a second there,
Handball on Duluth East.
Duluth East tried to get a quick one there, as it was certainly a Duluth East handball. Julia Erickson will handle the free kick from about 50 yards out. Lobs it into the middle. It bounces once, and Barr scoops it up. Long throw far side for Carolyn Henderson, trying to get around Murphy. Murphy staying with her, able to stop up the ball, take control. Got it to Hertog, and now sent ahead. Here's Funfar in a foot race. Shot, not a lot on it. Easy save for Barr. When you're an all-state player, as Shelby Funfar is, you find yourself well marked in every game. We've seen the other forwards for the Cardinals able to get some room in the offensive end, but Funfar has been well marked all game long. Callie Thomas pretty much has been her shadow from start to finish in this first half. Throw in for Duluth East. Bounces once, Barr scoops it up. Alex Hajduk was tripped up as the throw in was coming in, but no whistle. Funfar couldn't quite get to that one. It was headed out by Thomas. Walter pressuring in the corner against Lloyd. Lloyd will send it back out of bounds. Cardinals a throw in deep in the Duluth East end. Jeff DeJoyce shouting instructions to his team. High kick up and over the net for Mallory Getchell. Another goal kick for Barr and the Greyhounds. Stopped up by Erickson. Still pressuring the ball. Broken up now by Getchell. Stolen away from Kowalenko, and Vandervorst keeps it away from Hajduk up front. Hajduk intercepting a pass again. Kowalenko able to get control, send it near center. Long boot for Getchell, or for Hertog rather. Funfar won't get there before Thomas clears it away out of danger.
Substitution. Back in for the Cards, number 3.
Shelby Zimmel checking back in, and looks like she's going to give Mallory Getchell a break. Cardinal throw in from the far side, just over 11 minutes left in this first half. Header by Murphy. Turned around again by Duluth East. Hertog pressuring. Murphy now with a bump, able to knock it away. Picked up nicely by Coon. She gets it ahead for Rainier. She had it taken away by Haida. Funfar had a foot on it. Zimmel sends it ahead, trying to get it to Walter. Walter looking for some space. Near side now for Rachel Nelson. Nelson's got a little bit of room, trying to gain the corner. Deep in the corner. Fires off the side of the net. And it'll be the 5th goal kick of the first half for Barr and the Greyhounds. Erickson trying to get around Hajduk, and can ends up out of bounds to Duluth East.
For Duluth East, number 15, Natalie Landwehr.
Natalie Landwehr checks in and handles the throw-in right away. Good numbers for Duluth East, but well marked and unable to get off his shot. Throw in deep in the Cardinal end again for the Greyhounds. This is Coon. Throws it in toward the middle, off the head. Another header, and that is just over the net. A good job by Duluth East, probably their best threat of the game thus far. Their goal was not as well set up as that was right there. A double header, and this one by Giuliani just over the bar and out of play. Off the goal kick, Cardinals work it to midfield. Hajduk now stopping it up, and the Greyhounds trying to turn it around. Murphy able to disrupt the pass, sends it ahead. Funfar on the run, trying to get around Thomas. Thomas able to break it up. Funfar a long shot, and it scores! High lofting left footer for Shelby Funfar, and she scores her third of the season. It gives Coon Rapids its first lead of the game at 2-1.
Number 11, Shelby Funfar.
In the 32nd minute of play, there you see why she's so dangerous, keeps battling, and then just all she needed was that foot and a half of space, a high arcing left-footed shot up and over the outstretched hands of Barr. And Coon Rapids has a 2-1 lead. And I guess a little bit of a body check there by Julia Erickson as she sent Hajduk to the floor. And a free kick for Duluth East. Strong boot right at the net, too high and out of play off the foot of Kelly Coon. And now the instructions being shouted on the sideline, coming more from the Duluth East sideline. A smile, at least briefly, on the face of head coach Jeff DeJoy there. Nelson out battling for the ball, played it into the far corner, but Funfar was headed more toward the middle. Barr just picks it up. Murphy steps up, breaks it up now, sends it right back into that corner. And it's going to stay in play. Stopping up with it is Murphy. Murphy looking to cross up front, didn't get the angle on it, ends up out of play. And it'll be a goal kick for Duluth East.
For the Cardinals, number 13, Sammy DeJoy.
Sammy DeJoy checking back in replace of Katie Wolter for Coon Rapids. Funfar broke up that clearing attempt. Here's Kololenkos breaking it up momentarily, sending in the Cardinals' direction. Turned around, there's Erickson slipping and tripping. And here's Hajduk turning upfield for the Greyhounds. Her shot was blocked, but she got it right back. A pass, a shot, a good save by the Cardinal keeper.
Shot fired on goal. And a save for Carol Rashenko.
Erickson sending it back towards DeJoy, broken up in front of her by Lloyd. Cardinals play it in deep again. Barr will scoop it up in front of Rachel Nelson. Nelson pumps it away. Out near midfield, it bounces once. Haida with a header on it. Erickson puts the foot to it. DeJoy settling. Got away from her a little bit. Coon, nice stop DeJoy stays with her. Coon plays it to the near side. Funfar is there. And a foul called. And the mix-up between Coon and DeJoy. We go against Coon Rapids. Heiduk's pass broken up by Vandervorst. Vandervorst sends it ahead. Nice stop by Coon. Giuliani turning around for Duluth East. Stopped up by Zimmel. Giuliani can't get it past Vandervorst, out of bounds. And it'll be Coon Rapids ball.
In for the Cardinals, number 15, Mallory Getchell. In for Duluth East, number 22, Peterson. And number 25, Alex Freeman.
5 minutes left in the first half. Getchell playing it ahead. Here's Funfar, point blank, a big sliding save by Barr. Barr chasing her all the way out and able to boot it away out of bounds, and that was a desperation move right there by the Greyhound goalkeeper. Not only did she have an All-State player threatening for a ball in open space, but if Funfar gets a hold of that ball, she's got two teammates behind the keeper. Out of bounds far side to Duluth East. They quickly throw it back in before the Cardinal defense can get back in place. Zimmel, a long boot down the far sideline. Getting there first is Lloyd. Plays it back to Barr. She turns it back near midfield. Unable to get a foot on it was Getchell. Giuliani gets it back to Nelson, who played it ahead. That's broken up by Kowalenko. DeJoy heads it forward. Lloyd clears it near side. DeJoy will get there, and she's got room. Good footwork trying to find the corner. Not a player I don't have on my roster. This one booted back out near midfield, settled by Kowalenko. Kowalenko working against Landwehr. This is Giuliani now. Kowalenko forces her to the outside. Pass stopped up by Vandervorst. Nelson, nice turn to find some room. She's looking to the far side, and pass was a little bit behind Funfar. Peterson turned it out for Duluth East. Under 3 minutes remaining first half. Henderson plays it back to the middle. That's off the foot of Rainier. Here's Freeman with a chance and a shot that just goes wide.
Goal kick for the Cardinals.
And it'll be a Coon Rapids goal kick. Talked about her earlier, how dangerous a player Freeman is. She's the goal scorer for Duluth East. And she had a good opportunity there. Found herself with some space in deep and just missed wide as Brasheko was diving for it. This one played in, played away from Nelson. Nelson still trying to fight around the corner. Tripped up, but no call. This one scooped up by Barr.
For the disease, or the Cardinals.
Funfar trying to turn things around, plays it out in front, turned away by Barr. Murphy plays it out off of Freeman. It'll be a Coon Rapids ball. Under a minute to play first half.
Let's go, White. First the ball.
Still time for Coon Rapids to threaten to get that insurance. Still time for Duluth East to threaten to tie it. Here's DeJoy coming in. Barr came way out to make that save. Ends up out the end line. It'll be a corner kick for Coon Rapids. DeJoy swings it into the middle. It went off of Duluth East head. Tried to settle by Kowalenko. Comes loose to Vandervorst. Now cleared away by Duluth East. Here's Freeman challenging against Erickson, and Erickson will boot it away out of bounds and out of danger.
Thrown for Duluth East.
Get out.
10, 9,
Under 10 seconds.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Broken up by Zimmel, and that will do it for the first half. The Cardinals will go to the locker room with a 2-1 lead.
To the visitors.
Duluth East started the scoring with kind of a funny one, getting the bounce to go their way, but Coon Rapids comes back with a couple from the right corner, and they have a lead going to the half. We'll be back with first half stats and highlights after this. You're watching live coverage of girls high school soccer on CTN.
Stronger, healthier babies. It's what the March of Dimes is all about. Learn more about healthy babies at marchofdimesbaby.org.
Curbside storm drains connect to our lakes and rivers. If your car drips oil or antifreeze on the ground, it washes into storm drains and into our lakes and rivers. If you spread lawn fertilizer into the street or are not careful with yard and garden pesticides, they wash into storm drains too. And when you don't pick up after your pet, well, you get the picture. Cleaner streets mean cleaner water for all Minnesotans.
The odds of this daughter of a clergyman spending 11 weeks at number 1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org.
Joe Young and Howie Shapiro with you on the sidelines. Howie, what looks like a very nice night, but it is cold and windy here at the
Joe, you look at this matchup on paper, and there's no contest, but this game is not played on paper, and you know in this conference anything can happen.
Anderson drops back to pass, has a little time. And he will pitch again, and Muhlenberg running right.
And Howie, a big opponent coming in for the Coon Rapids Cardinals. This defense only giving up 11 points a game.
Coon Rapids back on top.
Unbelievable.
Honey, the credit fairy doesn't exist.
What?
It's make-believe. Nobody left anything under your pillow.
If there's no credit fairy, then we'll make our credit score go up.
We will, by doing things like paying our bills on time.
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there's help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org.
What?
Back at the Cardinal Sports Complex, the Duluth East Greyhounds got the scoring started just 5 minutes into the game, but Coon Rapids tied it just a couple of minutes later, and about a little more than 8 minutes remaining in the first half, they took the lead, and that's where it stands, 2-1. The Greyhound goal, kind of a funny one, as there was a battle in close, and out came Brasheko and tried to fall on the ball, but Freeman able to tap it just under her. And then just a couple minutes later, Shelby Funfar from the corner, kind of a tough angle shot, but able to make it score. And then Shelby Funfar late in the first half with a high arcing left-footed shot, scores her third goal of the season and puts the Cardinals in front 2-1. The stats definitely in favor of Coon Rapids. They have 13 shot attempts, 8 of them on goal, while the Greyhounds really only have 6 shot attempts and 3 on goal, and most of those came in the last 10 minutes or so of that first half. Cardinal defense marking very well, making it very difficult for Duluth East to get anything going. They have had a couple of pretty good opportunities late in that half, but Brasheko made one really nice save. Another one went up and over the net. Cardinals with 2 corner kicks, including one in the final minute. And Duluth East has an edge in goal kicks with 6 to the Cardinals' 3. That, of course, indicative of how much pressure there has been at the Duluth East end, with more balls going out the end line because the Cardinals just have more shots on goal and have been playing the ball down at that end a whole lot more through the first 40 minutes of play. And they are hoping to keep that going in the second half. And I talked about it a little earlier, Duluth East, no stranger to strong competition. They started the season with the number 1 rated team in the state in Woodbury, and they lost that one. I believe it was 3-0, and then turned around and played 2-0. Excuse me, they lost to Woodbury, and then they played Cretin-Derham Hall the very next day. Cretin not ranked in the top 10 as of right now, but always a very solid program, and they beat the Raiders 1-0 on Saturday, and now they come in here and play the 5th-ranked Coon Rapids Cardinals, the team that is in their section, that is the defending section champion, has been the defending section champion 4 of the last 6 years. So always a good contest and a good idea for these two teams to kind of get an idea of what the other squad has, even if it is early in the season, because there is a strong possibility they will meet again in the playoffs when there is a whole lot more on the line. A just glorious day here at the Cardinal Sports Complex, giving fans some very nice weather to watch the soccer game, and so far a very good contest going both ways through the first half. We'll take another break and we'll be back. The second half of this matchup starts next. You're watching Live Girls Soccer on CTN.
I'm Jeremy Call and I made suction tires. Wait, what? Wait. I used a rivet gun to connect the suction cups, and then I just connected it to the tire. I got the idea from an octopus because of the suction cups, and I don't know.
Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your invention at inventnow.org.
Explore new worlds. Read. Visit literacy.gov.
Thinking about the dish? Look what you lose.
Going deep.
Item 6 is to consider conditional use permit and site plan.
A kitchen fire the day after Christmas sent a Coon Rapids man to the hospital.
It helped her overcome being so critical of herself.
Congratulations, class of 2000. Our new 2000 Miss Coon Rapids. and he makes the catch.
Don't be a loser. Stay informed with Community Cable.
No matter where you live, life in the ocean depends on you. Do your part to help protect it. Recycle and dispose of your trash properly. To learn what you can do, go to keepoceansclean.org.
You're so lost. No, I am not, man. Dude, I dropped my phone. Oh, the road! Whoa! Okay.
How would you like to save your life from an ugly or reckless driving death? Don't answer yet. There's more. Act now by slowing down, and we'll guarantee you complete satisfaction.
That's awesome!
In the real world, there is no spokesperson to prevent reckless driving. There's only you. Speak up.
Whoa, Andy, slow down.
Sounds like you could use some Van Gogurt. It's fortified with arts-rich nutrients to improve your math and reading skills. Catch!
Van Gogurt. Thanks. So what's the deal with your ear?
Always with the ear, huh?
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
Back at the Cardinals Sports Complex, just about ready to get the second half underway. Coon Rapids with a 2-1 lead. They will have the first touch to start the second half. And is that on its way to the press box? Keep going. Keep going. Just a couple more steps and you'd have found me. Wonder if they'd share. Would you miss me if I put the headset down for a couple of minutes? And then came back and announced, all right, I'll resist the urge to go, I can even smell the pepperoni from here. Well, the Duluth East Greyhounds are on the field. Cardinals stretching it to the limit before they break their sideline huddle. Guess they really have until the referee comes over and demands it of them, but they're back on the field. Looks like we'll be pretty close to the starting 10 on the field. Funfar and Nelson will head to the center of the field for the opening touch. And at the whistle, we'll get the second half underway. And here we go. Nelson. Long boot to the near corner. Long run. For Jenna Anderson, and it's just played into the keeper and played back out. Funfar to throw it in, trying to get it to Getchell, broken up by the Greyhound defender, sent back out on the near side. Anderson, or Murphy rather, sends it in looking for Anderson. Foul called against Coon Rapids. Now 6 fouls to the 2 for Duluth East. Vandervorst heading it back toward midfield. Played ahead by Leah Anderson. Jenna Anderson had it turned around. The Duluth East ball on the far sideline. Getchell turning it around. Stopped up. Funfar, again, well marked by Thomas, trying to get around the corner. Got it to Anderson. Anderson plays it to Zimmel in the near corner. She crosses out front. Anderson put a foot on it, but spinning goes wide and out of play. Be a goal kick for Barr again. Funfar stops it up. Giuliani plays it back near side, broken up by Murphy. Trying to turn it around is Hajduk. Got it to Alex Hajduk. Plays it ahead off the foot of Cadle. Playing it back to Giuliani in the middle. Marked well by Zimmel. Near side for Hajduk. And a slide tackle attempt by Murphy, but got a little bit of elbow in there as well, and a foul against Coon Rapids. Now, Tony Giuliani will handle the free kick. Plays it far post. Getting up to get ahead on it was Haida. Anderson sends it ahead for Funfar. Funfar trying to get around Thomas. Thomas able to boot it away to the far side. Turning it upfield is Cadle. Here's Alex Hajduk. Trying to get it to Freeman. Came right back to it. Here's Freeman turning. Freeman's pass bounced away from Henderson. Henderson tied up on the far side by Leah Anderson. Played ahead to Nelson. Nelson trying to play it up the sideline. Use her speed. That one played by Lloyd off of Nelson out of bounds, so it'll be Duluth East ball. Headed right back out by Nelson. Thrown into the corner. Haida clears it away in front of Hajduk. Stepping up to break that inbound pass was Julia Erickson. Coon Rapids getting it back near midfield. Turned around quickly by Callie Thomas. In close and sliding out to take it off the foot of Alex Freeman is Carol Bershako. Pass a little bit wide by Rosie Nelson, played out of bounds. Long shot attempt. And it goes wide, does not. Now it does end up off the end line. Be a goal kick for Coon Rapids. Julia Erickson will handle the responsibility. Bounces and then turned around by Thomas. Settled by Haida. Plays it back up the sideline, but can't keep it in bounds. A throw in for Duluth East. Near midfield. Throw in bumped back by Murphy, right back out of bounds. Another throw in. Haida got a header on it. Vandervorst will turn it around. Settled by Hajduk and now cleared by Getchell. Played back to Barr. High kick out near midfield. Murphy sends it ahead. Anderson had it skip off of her foot. Hajduk trying to turn around Zimmel. Can't. Murphy played it ahead. Her pass broken up by Coon. Coon up the sidelines. Haida there for Coon Rapids to turn it around and sends it right back out of bounds. Well, it's not live this Monday. We're going to try and get a Sports Night preview show together for you sometime in the middle of this week. We're hoping sometime on Wednesday. Another long-distance shot for Duluth East, well over the mark. But starting next Monday, we'll be live with Sports Night. Long boot again on the goal kick for Erickson. Turned around, stopped up by Haida again. Near midfield, here's Lloyd sending it in. Here's Freeman threatening. Taken off her foot by Murphy. Oh, this is going to be a corner kick. It looked to me like Murphy played it out off of Freeman. But the ruling is it's a corner kick. First corner kick of the game for Duluth East. This is Kelsey Cadle. Boots it past all of her teammates into the far side. Played back, Coon stepped over it. Nelson clears it back near midfield, stopped up by Lloyd. Lloyd ahead to Coon, marked by Getchell, turns it into the corner. There's an opportunity coming in on the side as Henderson. She had to turn away from the pressure by the Cardinal defender Vandervorst. Cardinals now get it back up near midfield. Long pass, and here's Funfar trying to get around the corner again. Tripped up, but no whistle. And again, Callie Thomas has been with Funfar everywhere she has turned.
For the Cardinals, number 13, Sammy DeJoy, and number 23, Sabrina.
DeJoy and Hertog checking back in for Coon Rapids. We'll give Jenna and Leah Anderson a bit of a breather. Played back to Barr. Barr gets it ahead. One touch pass broken up by Funfar. And she's tripped up, and this is going to be a foul and a Cardinal free kick from a relatively dangerous spot. This one from about 30 yards out. Getchell winding up. 4-player wall, now a 5-player wall for Duluth East. Murphy runs over it, and Giuliani got faked out by it. Getchell will just run at it and boot it right at the wall. It goes out the end line. It'll be a corner kick for Coon Rapids. Murphy. High floater to the middle. Off a Duluth East defender. Shot by Funfar was just going wide. Or by Zimmel, rather. Was just maybe going wide a little bit, but Barr stepped in and scooped it up anyhow.
Cardinals through it.
DeJoy trying to make her way around Lloyd. Nelson comes in. Nelson with some room. Cutting towards the middle. Point blank shot blocked by Barr. This one out of bounds to Coon Rapids. Good opportunity there for Rachel Nelson. Barr not afraid to come out and challenge the shooters. A ways away from her own net. Lloyd boots this one back up. Stopped up by Vandervorst. And we've got a Duluth East player a little slow to get up on the far side. It looks like she's grabbing her knee. That's Andrea Hyduk. There's a collision there with, I believe, Vandervorst. Clock stopped with about 28 and a half minutes remaining. Head coach Kara Overland out to check on her sophomore player. Heidig's been around the ball quite a bit this afternoon. Katie Wolter and Callie Kowalenko checking in as we have a break. Give Zimmel and Nelson a bit of a breather for the Cardinals. Play resumes with Coon sending it into the Cardinal end. Ketchel plays it right back ahead. DeJoy settling, now turning off the back of the head of Thomas. DeJoy recovers in the near side. Working against Lloyd. Trying to get to the corner. Lloyd slides out and sends it out the sideline. It'll be a Cardinal throw-in deep in the Greyhound end. Kowalenko. Good toss to the short post. Lloyd got the head on it. Now cleared away by Cadle. Jenna Murphy racing back and taking it away from Alex Freeman. Erickson got it ahead for Getchell at midfield. She turns and sends it in. Wolter trying to run on it. Long shot. Keeper was way out, got it over her, but just hooked it wide a tiny bit. Good thought by Katie Wolter. Saw the keeper way out of her net, lofted it over her head. But this one sails just wide. If that's 3 feet to the left, Katie Wolter becomes the first Cardinal not named Shelby to score a goal this season.
Throwing for the Cardinals.
Wolter pressuring and just sent out of bounds, out of danger by Carly Wick. Another throw in for Coon Rapids deep in the Duluth East end.
Substitution for the Cardinals. Number 3.
Zimmel back in.
Zimmel.
Sure, play Sammy DeJoy. Looks like Sammy DeJoy is over to see the trainer. Showing him her thumb. I don't know if it's a cut, a scratch, a sprain, what? Looks like I don't see any blood, so I'm guessing when she had that collision earlier may have jammed her thumb a little bit. Cardinal throw in, stopped up by Callie Thomas. Thomas fighting for it again and ends up out of bounds. Be another Cardinal throw in. Kowalenko sending it ahead. Lloyd heads it. Touch to the middle by Landwehr. Cardinals forcing it again. Wolter won't be able to get there before Barr scoops it up. Near midfield, Giuliani gets it across for Nelson. Nelson had it taken away by Hertog. Hertog plays it up the near side, can't keep it in bounds. Under 25 minutes now remaining. Greyhounds will switch field, and Funfar stole it away from Thomas. There to back her up, though, is Coon, and Coon sends it out on the near side. Thomas has done a great job of marking Funfar all game, trying to keep Funfar out of the game, but that kind of takes her out. And in that situation, they passed to her, and that meant she had to turn her back on number 11, and number 11 just swooped in and stole the ball away. Fortunately, Coon was backing her up and able to play it away out of danger. Funfar now on the bench gets a little bit of a breather. Long shot by Hertog and a relatively easy save by Barr. Barr boots it out near midfield. Hertog put a head on it. Erickson heads it back up to Walter. Zimmel heads it back looking for Walter. Broken up. Now sent into the far side. And this one's going to trickle out of bounds, and it'll be a Duluth East throw it. Hertog got ahead on the throw-in. Long shot by Zimmel. Goes wide, and another goal kick for the Greyhounds.
Goal kick for the Greyhounds.
Barr has been busy. This is her 9th goal kick, not to mention all the punts. I don't count those. Walter trying to leave it for Hertog, but she's marked well. Lost out of bounds by Rosie Nelson. Another Coon Rapids throw it. Vandervorst. Looking to the middle of the field. Broken up by Lloyd. Cleared right back out.
Throwing for the Cardinals.
With a 2-1 lead, the Cardinals would be happy to play this way all day. We'll throw it in. You clear right back out, keeping your half of the field. We move to 2-0.
Throwing Cardinals.
Zimmel rather, throwing it in. Coon heads it right back out. Huh? They're calling that a Duluth East throw-in. I'm not quite sure what he saw that I didn't, but he's the man wearing the red jersey, so he's the one whose opinion and eyes will be trusting. And now a foul called on Hertog as they went up for that high ball.
Foul called on the Cardinals.
Coon puts a boot to it. Hertog challenging, played back by Coon, or by Nelson rather. Here's Rachel Nelson breaking it up, leaving it to Zimmel, who's streaking. Zimmel looking for the corner against Thomas, now stopping up. Thomas right there with her, plays it to Nelson, booted away, and that's going to be out the end line. A corner kick for Coon Rapids. Jenna Murphy comes down and will handle the kick. No one able to get a piece of it. Here's Zimmel from the center of the field and got under it just a little too much, sent it up and over.
Goal kick for the Greyhounds.
Greyhounds getting some new legs on. Nelson stops up the goal kick. Turned around by Lloyd. Here's Kowalenko trying to move it ahead to Nelson. Nelson can't get around Thomas. Thomas stopped up by Kowalenko. Back out of bounds to Coon Rapids.
Substitution for the Cardinals.
And now here comes Funfar checking back in for Coon Rapids. Katie Walter will get back to the bench to get a breather. Just about midway through this second half. No scoring in the second so far. Really no scoring opportunities for either team here in the second half. Cardinals have had a couple of chances but sent those shots wide or high. Coon plays it back. Sent back in by Thomas. Headed out of bounds, and a throw in for Duluth East. Stepping in front to break up the throw in was Julia Erickson. Getchell trying to make something happen for the Cardinals. Thomas sidesteps Funfar, gets it into the middle. Greyhounds trying to create something. Nelson near midfield. Little too far, trying to send Funfar in. Getchell turning it around again for Coon Rapids, broken up by Solomon. Here's Clune. He'll send it back to Lloyd. Lloyd looking far side. And Hertog using a little too much body as she bumped into Rosie Nelson and draws the foul. 9th penalty of the game on Coon Rapids. Clune, the good boot to the middle. It's Erickson that gets a head on it for Coon Rapids. Solomon had a header on it. Nelson settling. Plays it for Hertog. Hertog can't keep it in bounds. This one comes in, swallowed up by Brasheko. Who boots it out past midfield. Clune moves it to Solomon. Solomon back to Clune. Challenged by Nelson. Gives it up to Wick. Wick playing it up. And now touched right back by Nelson to Solomon. Wick plays it out of bounds off of Nelson. It'll be a Duluth East ball. So far we've seen a very patient Duluth East team. They pass pretty well, try and build the attack. Here's a chance for Funfar getting in behind a point-blank save by Barr and trickles out the end line. It'll be another Cardinals goal kick, or corner kick rather. But they try and build attack. They pass very well, trying to set things up though, and their time ticking away. Murphy with another corner kick. A header and stopped up just in front of the net by Thomas. Left-footed chance is just high for Leah Anderson. And Callie Thomas talked about her a lot as far as doing a nice job of marking Funfar. Well, here she just saved a goal right there off the head of Mallory Getchell, I believe it was. Put a nice header on the ball off the corner kick. Kolenko trying to gain the corner. Thomas sends it out of play. Clune got a head on it, and Barr comes up to make the catch. Vandervorst can't settle it. Hajduk trying to get around Vandervorst. Got a little help from Anderson, but Hajduk still with the ball. Anderson able to poke it away, at least for a moment. Solomon marked by Getchell. Got it back for Clune. Back to Solomon. Getchell right there with her. Back near side. Cross-court pass by Landwehr. Turned away. Solomon puts a boot to it. Stopped up by Haida, who plays it back near midfield. DeJoy fighting for it for the Cardinals. Pass a little too far for Zimmel. Turned around by Clune. Anderson stops it up for the Cardinals. Kolenko got a head on it. She's battling with Landwehr. Landwehr playing it to the middle. Stopped up by Vandervorst. Back out near midfield. Zimmel touches. Getchell sends it ahead. Funfar able to almost steal that away, but now Lloyd with it. And sending it back up for Emily Rainier. Far side, long pass in front of Henderson. but stays in bounds. Henderson plays it back, and now cleared away out of bounds by Anderson. A couple of substitutions for the Greyhounds. Andrea Hyduk back in, so it's nice to see that she was not injured too badly. And Alex Freeman is back in. She's the Greyhounds goal scorer and has been their biggest threat throughout this contest. Played deep into the corner and will go out the end line and be a goal kick for Coon Rapids.
Substitution for Cardinals, number 9.
Rachel Nelson checking back in. That's Rachel M. Nelson, if you're wondering. Rachel A. Nelson decided not to play soccer this season. So just one Rachel Nelson on the roster, and she is one of the Cardinals' captains. Ball out the far side. It'll be Coon Rapids throw-in. Played in deep, but 4 white jerseys there, only 1 black, and Bersheko slides out on top of it and will boot it away. Sammy DeJoy battling with Coon. Coon plays it near side for Hyduk. Hyduk got it ahead, now broken up by Zimmel. Zimmel looking for Nelson, broken up by Lloyd. Stopped up by Anderson for Coon Rapids. Anderson working the sideline. Trying to cross out of bounds off of Annika Munson. Be a Coon Rapids throw-in. Nelson trying to settle off the throw-in, poked away. Anderson will let it go out of bounds. Another throw-in for the Cardinals. Vandervorst to throw it in. A little too tall for DeJoy, but had it momentarily, poked away, and now moved ahead by Hacking for Duluth East. Hyduk got it further ahead. And now Hacking again near midfield. Bounces around, turned around by Erickson. Sent back ahead and out of bounds on the far side by Lloyd. DeJoy able to settle it and leave it for Nelson. Nelson looking for Funfar. Funfar gets around Thomas this time, shoots and scores her second of the game, and it gives the Cardinals a 3-1 lead. Nicely set up. DeJoy able to settle it. Nelson able to move it to Funfar, and Funfar finally able to use her speed to get around behind Thomas. Barr came out to challenge, and that almost gave the goal to Shelby Funfar. No chance for Barr on that one. Second goal of the game for Funfar comes in the 70th minute, and now under 10 minutes to play, and Duluth East has to feel a little bit of pressure, a little bit of Good throw in right into the middle. Broken up, though. Zimmel trying to clear it, at least get it up to Funfar. Thomas came up, kicked it away from her, and now Zimmel sends it out of play.
Substitution, Duluth, number 43.
Haida trying to clear it out. High shot comes in and right on Brasheko. It's the first shot on goal for Duluth East here in the second half. They've got 3 shot attempts. The other 2 were from a ways out and both floated high up over the net. Here's a chance for Freeman, though, sneaking in off a header. Diving is Brasheko and able to gain control of the ball. And nice job by Brasheko of picking the right time to challenge as they built the attack nicely and sent in their best player on a bit of a breakaway, but Brasheko able to come out and play it nicely, take it right off her foot. Lloyd, high pass back near midfield, stopped up by Zimmel. Here's Coon with it now. Near side for Tessa Purdy, playing it up for Hajduk, back to Purdy. Purdy into the middle for Coon. Bounced away from her. Funfar sends it back into the Duluth East end. Played back near side and will just barely trickle across the line before Purdy moves it ahead. Lloyd stopping it up with the header. Coon playing it far side. Vandervoort stepped up to stop it up in front of Annika Munson. Plays it out the far side. That was Anderson getting a header on it, getting it ahead to DeJoy. Back to Anderson. Long pass into the Duluth East end. Barr 30-plus yards out of her net to boot that one ahead. Here's Purdy on the near side. Funfar challenging, out of bounds. And it'll be Duluth East throw in. Rainier moving it into the near corner, looking for Cadle. Cleared away, out of bounds by Haida. Throwing it in is Coon. Good throw in again, right to the middle. And a foul called against Duluth East in the box as everyone was jockeying for position. Someone used a little bit too much arms and elbows. Erickson puts the boot to it. This one skips away from DeJoy. Bounced off the head of Coon. Freeman had a header on it. Haida, nice slide tackle to knock it off the foot of Kelsey Kettle. Ends up out the end line, however, and a corner kick for Duluth East, just their second of the contest. Low kick into the middle. Freeman had a chance at it. Couldn't control. Here's Zimmel now running the other way. Puts the boot to it. Funfar on the run in midfield. Lloyd back there with her will clear it out and keep it away from the Cardinals' most dangerous goal scorer. 4 goals already this season in the first 2 contests for Shelby Funfar. Sabrina Hertog with the throw in to Anderson. Anderson, a nice turn to get around Purdy, sends it out front. A little behind Wolter, and Barr will come over and scoop it up. Under 5 minutes to play now in the second half. Coon Rapids leading Duluth East 3-1. Haida turning it around for the Cardinals. Erickson now putting a boot to it. Purdy stops it up for the Greyhounds. Near side, Hajduk cutting toward the middle. Now sending it back in, left-footed shot. Not a lot on it for Cadle. And a relatively easy save for Carol Brasheko. Clune stopping it up in midfield. Turn back into the middle. Haida turns it around. Purdy able to shield off Zimmel. Out of bounds off of Zimmel. Duluth East ball. Throw in from in front of their own net. Couple of substitutions for the Greyhounds. And with a two-goal deficit, their substitution taking a little bit longer than you would expect. You'd expect to see more of a sense of urgency. Alex Hajduk cutting toward the middle. Gave it to Giuliani. Trying to get around Getchell. Haida steps up to knock it away. Long shot by Clune, and Brasheko is there. High punt to the near side. Getchell boots it into the near corner. Long run for Anderson, and Barr will just tap it out of bounds in front of her. Now, see, it's no surprise to see Coon Rapids taking their time for throw-ins, substitutions, etc. at this point in the game with a 2-goal lead, but you would think the Greyhounds would be a little more anxious to keep the tempo up and try and force it to the other end. Murphy slowing it down in front of Giuliani. Taking control to the far side. She's pressured by Nelson. Out of bounds, ends up a Duluth East ball. Murphy ended up on the ground, and say she went in there a little bit out of control. Erickson tapping it to the near side. Hajduk settles it. Her pass broken up by Getchell. Sends it the other way. Coon Rapids with just one attacker really playing in the forward position with a 2-goal lead. They're happy to sit back, play defense, and improve to 2-0. And here comes Kowalenko. Will check back in. She'll replace Leah Anderson. Murphy with the throw-in. Anderson kicks it over her own head. Wolter nearly got there, but turned away now by Wick. Herzog plays it to the middle. Kovalenko. Long play into the corner, out the end line. I guess you call that a shot attempt. Be a goal kick for Barr. Under a minute to play. Breaking it up is Funfar. Funfar plays it out front. A wide open net. What a great play by Purdy right there, because that was an easy goal for Anderson. Great setup by Zimmel, but Purdy recovered just in time and stopped the ball up. And in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to decide the final outcome of this contest, but it saved another goal, because that was Jenna Anderson's for sure. A very easy goal, but Purdy there with great defense.
7, 6, 5,
Under 10 seconds to go. And as this one's played up high, the buzzer will sound and the game will end. The Coon Rapids Cardinals will go on to a 3-1 victory and advance to a 2-0 record early in the season. The Greyhounds fall to 1-2. A little disappointing after making that long bus ride down, but again, just a good early season contest between two regional opponents. between two regional opponents who could see one another in section playoffs. Gives them an idea of what the other will have, even if it is early in the season, and obviously both teams will be much improved by that point in the year. But a good come-from-behind victory for Coon Rapids. We'll take a short break. We'll be back to wrap things up from the Cardinal Sports Complex right after this. You're watching live girls soccer on CTN.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young. And I'm Howie Shapiro. Welcome, everybody. This is your ticket behind the scenes of Coon Rapids sports. Joe Young and Howie Shapiro here to tell you that CTN... They continue on in their schedule.
Sports night. 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 Sports night.
Sports Night is next. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro.
Sports Prep Zone is the place to find coverage of local high school sports in the North Metro. SportsPrepZone.com is a free online source for sports that gives you a chance to get in the game by posting your photo or video highlights, commenting on stories, or chatting with other players, fans, and coaches. Build your profile so you can follow the sports coverage you choose. Get text alerts when you're tagged in a photo or story. Check rosters and calendars to find out who's on the team and where the next big game is. To be part of the action, visit www.abcnewspapers.com and follow the link to Sports Prep Zone.
Don't miss your all-access pass to the Coon Rapids football camp. The Cardinal Way Learning to Fly, making the 2009 Coon Rapids football team, premieres Thursday, September 3rd at 6:30, only on CTN Cable Channel 15.
All the emotion, all the excitement. It's all here. Cardinal Sports Live on CTN. Be sure to watch CTN's live coverage of prep football as Coon Rapids takes on Champlin Park, only on Cable Channel 15.
I present to you Algebra 2, Foreign Languages, and finally, Biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me.
Yeah, I'll do it. Me too. Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them. Beat them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a
One
dad
more
today.
time. Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys.
There's your final score. Coon Rapids 3, Duluth East 1. The Cardinals really controlling this one from start to finish. Duluth East got the first lead of the game, but the Cardinals keeping the pressure on start to finish. And there was a close to being a goal saved by the Duluth East defender. Nice job in net by Carol Brasheko. And Shelby Funfar, her second goal of the game, fourth in this early season. That was the only tally of the second half. Coon Rapids getting a little insurance with just over 10 minutes remaining in the contest. And there you see it. Shots on goal more than, or shots attempted and shots on goal, both more than 2-1 in favor of the Cardinals. They also lead the corner kicks 4-2, and the opposite is true for goal kicks, with 11 for Duluth East, only 6 for Coon Rapids, and a good, solid victory for the Cardinals. They may have started a little bit slow, and that goal, I think, woke them up a little bit just 5 minutes in. It was kind of one of those that just bounced the right way for Duluth East and slipped past Brasheko. A good job, though. Don't take anything away from Alex Freeman and her determination to score that goal for the Greyhounds. But the Cardinals came back and scored to tie the game just 2 minutes later, and then took the lead late in the first half and really controlled the action in the second half. Limited Duluth East to very, very few real scoring opportunities in that second half. on their way to a 3-1 victory. And they've got some more good competition ahead of them. They've got Eastview coming up next, I believe. A couple of more really strong opponents for the Cardinals girls soccer team before they get into Northwest Suburban Conference action. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. I want to thank you all for joining us and continue to support us in everything we do for the entire crew. I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.